AI is coming for your comics. That was weird. What's going on, comic friends? It's Ryan the Colossus Collector, and thank you for stopping by my channel once again. And yeah, this is a fun video that I've been thinking about putting together. I've been thinking about in the last couple months, this half year, AI has really taken off. It's kind of captured the imagination and interest of the entire world. It's growing and rapidly advancing each and every day, each and every week. And it's really looking like it's the future of every industry, not just where we work or what we do, but even our hobbies or interests. It's going to find its way into everything, and it's going to be kind of the newest big thing that changes how we live. And comics is no different. I think AI is coming for our comic books, but I think it's actually going to be an amazing thing. And that's why I wanted to do this video. I wanted to talk about some of the amazing things AI could impact in and around the hobby that we love, which is collecting comics, and as well as the business of creating and selling comics as well. I think AI has the potential to make things so much easier, so much better, and more efficient in so many ways. So I just wanted to take you through some of the ideas I think could happen and could be made possible through the advancement of AI technology. So let's talk about some of the possibilities. So the first thing I think that AI could really impact is grading companies and how they grade comics. I think CGC and CBCS, if they're not already, need to get on this AI technology and start to find ways to implement it into what they do, which is grading books. I think AI is going to get to a point where you can put a book in front of a camera or some form of scanner, and it will be able to, in seconds, if not less time, just be able to determine a grade, and it will be a flawless grade. It will not rely on the human eye, the human perception, how they're feeling from one day to the next, whether they're experienced as a grader or not so experienced as a grader. I think AI will be able to just, based off of the programming, a set of rules and guidelines for how a comic is graded and what impacts a grade, just by looking at it quickly through like I said, a scanner or a camera. A grade could be given instantly, and that will greatly impact CGC, their turnaround times on books. It will make it more efficient. They'll have to hire less inexperienced graders. I think it will just incredibly revolutionize their business and make them so much more profitable and so much more effective at what they do and what they provide as a service. I think AI could be amazing for grading companies and how they grade their books and how accurate their grading can be. I think that same grading technology could then also be turned around as a tool for buyers and for collectors. I think an app will eventually, if not soon, be created where that same technology, just by using your phone or your computer to just take pictures of a book or just to look at a book while you're holding it even, and it can give you an accurate grade on the book. I think that would be an incredible tool. No longer do you have to, rely on yourself to pick the book grade, to look over it, to it takes time to really go through a book and really assess it and think about what the grade is going to be. Sure, an experienced person could take a look and really give you a close ballpark probably, but I think AI could make it so much more instant, especially for people who don't know how to grade or are less experienced at grading. Um, People like myself, I'm just getting my toes wet with grading. When I'm in the wild looking at a book or even just on an Instagram live sale or anything like that, it's harder to to grade for someone who hasn't been in the hobby very long. I think a tool like that using AI to uh, pr- properly grade a book instantly will be a game changer, and I think that would be amazing for all of us collectors. As creators and creative people making comic books, I also think it's going to revolutionize that. Not that we want to take away the human touch of comic books, you know, have completely generated books made by AI, which could happen, and that would be an unfortunate thing if we got to a point where the people who love the art and the communication form would stop making the books themselves. I hope we never get to that point. But AI could be implemented as a tool for creators to make their life and their creation so much more efficient and effective. I think it could be helped with, outlining a book from a story perspective, you know, picture, you're a writer, you have an idea for a comic book. You could implement an AI tool where you give the AI the idea. It could give you a storyline. It could break it down into a bit of a um, a story itself. It could write the book, and then you as a writer could go in, finesse it, make it your own. But it could definitely help you as a tool, and you could use it as much or as little as you want as a creator. Same thing with art. You could use AI to create an early sketch or wireframe of a book and a layout of a book, to help you move forward so that you're more efficient. You can pump out more work. Of course, as creative people, some people won't subscribe to that. They'll think, the quality is in the time that you put into it. I don't disagree with that as a creative person myself, but I think there will be a place where it can still even help the most, strict creative person who wants to be involved in all aspects. I still think it's going to make at least some of what you do as a creator in the comic space more effective and more enjoyable. I think AI is also going to greatly impact and improve business for companies like Marvel, DC, Image, and even all the independent producers, as well as printers and companies that are involved in the physical production of comic books. AI is going to be able to help optimize and streamline processes that go into, the production side, the also the distribution of physical comic books, or even on digital, but especially in the physical space. you know Optimize printing, less printer errors and production errors in books. You're going to get higher quality production through these AI programs that are going to be able to do those optimizations to weed out more errors and more issues on the production line, and also into distribution, where books will be able to be shipped at the right amounts to the right locations. It's going to just cut down on the amount of books that will be needed to be printed. I really just think it's going to be an incredible game changer for the bottom line of the companies that make the books that we love. Another big issue in the comic book space and the comic book hobby is theft. You see it on Instagram, you see it online all the time. Stores talking about how their comics were stolen from them. They had robberies. You also always see people who have been scammed by people online, selling a book but then shipping a different one. All these different things that where people are being taken advantage of. I think AI is going to be able to be implemented in these cases and help retrieve stolen merchandise, stolen books. It's going to be able to, rake and scrape through the internet to find listings where stolen books are on. It's going to be able to help people identify less reputable sellers online. I think AI is just going to really help with decreasing theft and fraud in the comic space. Going back to, us as buyers and collectors, I think, that tool of being able to scan a book in your hand or in a shop, and get an instant grade. I think within that same tool, whether it's an app or a website that provides the service, you can also probably use the same thing for instant book information. If you don't know what an issue is, you don't know what the significance is from a keys perspective, you'll be able to quickly look up a book rather than having to go through, Go Collect or whatever you use, Cover Price, search for the book, go through lists. Just being able to scan a book and then have all the information on that issue come up. Also be able to identify whether it is a variant, or it is a price variant, or it's a particular print run, first, second, third. All these things will be so instant and make you and give you the opportunity to make quicker and better decisions in your buying of comics out in the wild or online. I think it'll be a real game changer for us as collectors and as buyers of comic books, to have a tool like that. I think that tool can also be used while you're on online sales, whether it's live auctions or claim sales, whether it lives on your phone or it somehow gets embedded into the platform like Whatnot. AI could be used to give you that pertinent information about a book live while you're on the sale or on the auction. It'll be able to be there available for everyone. As soon as it gets loaded up, it'll help sellers in that case also look more transparent, avoid some of the accusations they get from buyers when they're unhappy. I think it'll just make life selling and buying so much better, and it'll improve the performance of those platforms like Whatnot, or your experience on like Instagram live sales. I think it'll be a real game changer for that as well. In addition to that, a seller could also have the tool of being able to quickly look up the best prices across multiple platforms online for a book that they're looking for. They'll be able to compare prices quicker. They'll be able to find the best deals. It will be just an incredible tool. And I imagine all of these things that I've mentioned throughout the video will be able to live in one place eventually too, as an app or an online service, through a website that you can access just on your mobile device. And I can't wait for someone who knows technology and is getting into the AI space, but also loves comics, to turn that into their $1 million idea. And if you do, don't forget the Colossus Collector gave it to you. Well, that's it for my thoughts on how AI is coming for your comic books. It was fun to think about. I really am optimistic about how AI is going to impact us as collectors and as comic enthusiasts, but also the whole business of comics as well. Get in the comment section if you have any thoughts of your own, some new ideas, or just some builds onto what I was saying in the video. Would love to hear from you. Again, also please like and subscribe to the channel. Your support goes such a long way, and really appreciate you watching any and every video that I put up. So please let's talk about this more in the comments. And until the next video, keep collecting.